Hello my friends, how is everybody doing? This is Utagamon. I'm making this video because lately, due to my 5850 Crossfire videos, I have been getting a lot of questions regarding if they are still a solution. Uh, to most of these guys, I have answered that the 5850 Crossfire is not a good gaming solution anymore. Don't get me wrong, I own these cards, but come on, they are video cards from 2008. They did a great job, and even today they do run some games pretty nicely, but unfortunately, for the most part, they are not a good solution, and especially in crossfire mode, which many people have been interesting. So for this video, I'm going to benchmark Assassin's Creed Unity, which I already benchmarked on this very system a couple of weeks ago in 5850 Crossfire mode. First of all, let me show you the system specs to take everything out of the way. I'm using my Q9550, which runs at 4 GHz, as it did in my 5850 Crossfire video. Okay, it has the same 8 gigabytes of memory, and I'm using my 7950 to show you the difference compared to the 5850 Crossfire performance. Usual settings 1.1 gigahertz. The system reports Catalyst 15.8, but that is because I have installed the Crimson driver, and as you can see, it does say that I'm running the Crimson driver. Sorry about the OSD, this is from MSI Afterburner. In any case, just a quick reminder, I'm going to run my 5850 Crossfire video. As you can see here, I was showing again the settings. I was using Crossfire 5850, and this is the benchmark result I got, which was not very good, of course. Sorry. This was the benchmark result I got from the single card, and later in the video I show the Crossfire result. Just let me skip quickly to the settings. I was showing that I was using ultra high preset, ultra high environment quality. Sorry, the texture quality was at low. It was at low because of the low video RAM of the 5850s. Shadow quality was at high. Ambient occlusion was at SSAO, and disable anti-aliasing. Okay, and let me show you how the game was running back then. It was giving us 30 frames per second. It was CPU limited. The GPUs were not running at maximum, and this is exactly why I encourage people to avoid the 5850 Crossfire and encourage them to get a newer card. So the CPU only has to address only one card. You do save a lot of CPU cycles, so the system will not be CPU limited. See how the game runs, and I'm going to skip to the end and remind everyone what the score was. I will show you again these scores. had very little scaling with the 5850 Crossfire, and this is the file I showed you right now in the video, but this is the actual text file. This is my fraps log file that is logging the performance of the system, the basic performance of the system at least. I was having 22 frames per second for a single 5850 and 26 frames per second in Crossfire mode. So today I'm going to show you how the game actually works on a single 7950 with the same settings on the same system. Okay, the game has loaded. Just to be correct, I'm going to show you the settings which will be the same as my 5850 Crossfire video. 1080p resolution, graphics quality at custom, environment quality very high, texture quality at low, shadow quality at high, ambient occlusion SSAO, disabled anti-aliasing and bloom enabled. These are the exact same settings I was using on my 5850 Crossfire and single card videos, and we are going to see how the system performs with a single 7950 this time around. As you can see right from the bat, the frame rate is a lot better than the 5850 Crossfire mode, and keep in mind that still the GPU usage is not at maximum, it is at 85%. I'm starting the benchmark and I will follow my usual benchmarking path.
Time you cross me will be your last. This is the one, you vermin. Coming.
Can't wait to spill every last yard of your gut.
What's all that now?
Well, well, who's undertaken this little good deed, I wonder?
Va le voir pour lui expliquer la situation.
have them. I can make the death masks and be safe. Oh, what a world in which we live.
De quoi peut-il s'agir?
Don't stand here while you insult me. Excuse me. You get nothing from me, you mongrels!
Okay, the benchmark has finished. Let's see how the performance was. As you can see, the frame rate went up by quite a lot. We had 26 frames per second for the 5850 Crossfire. We have 46 frames per second for the 7950. That is a huge difference, and the performance was quite playable, was quite good, and the game was playable. Of course, we still had quite a lot of CPU limits. As you can see, the system is the processor is heavily loaded. We will see that in a better light in Messiah Afterburner graph. This is my benchmark, frame rate and frame times. Okay, not too great. The 7950 can surely do better with a better processor. As you can see, the frame rate is dropping here a lot in the outdoor section after I gave the heads to Madame Tussaud, and only about half the card is running at this point, and we can see why. The CPU usage is very high. The Q9050 cannot really do much with this game, and with AMD's driver, of course. I'm not sure, I think it was run quite better with the GTX 970. I will have to check it up. 3.8 gigabytes of system RAM used. The temps are okay. Core clock, no problems, 1.1 gigahertz. 2 gigabytes of video RAM used, even with low textures. That is exactly why the 5850s cannot run newer games that are texture heavy with adequate performance. We do have a lot of video RAM usage nowadays in newer games, and let me show you as well the performance analysis, since I am here. It is no problem. This is the file I want. Still, the frame latency analyzer says that the real performance I was getting was closer to 32, 33 frames per second instead of 46. We did have some stuttering. The average frame rate is 46, but the perceived gameplay was at 32. Still, the frame rate graph is not too bad. It's above 40 frames per second most of the time, but we do have, I guess, some frame rendering latencies, and we will see that in this graph. I'm going to take the slider down to 16.5 7 milliseconds, and we do see that we have a lot of frame times that are higher than that. So let me go to the 33 millisecond chart, and we see indeed that only with these frame times, most of the rest are above that. That's why the program is reporting a bit above 30 frames per second perceived gameplay. The analytical part of the frame times. And of course our donut, which is reporting 21.72 milliseconds average, a decent amount of variability and some stuttering, which altogether contribute to not have the exact perceived frame rate, but this is a total system result. I say again that the 7950 with a better processor would do much better. In any case, this is the end of this video, my friends. I hope it has cleared some stuff for all you guys. Thank you very much for watching and take care.